I can't remember how he does it. It's like softer.
Isn't it like, oh yeah.
Oh yeah. I have no idea.
Yeah. You're pretty accurate about that.
I'm gonna have to look into that. I'm gonna have to do some Kool-Aid research.
I bet he never. I bet he got sick of Kool-Aid because his whole body is literally a carafe of Kool-Aid.
When they discontinued Sharkaberry Finn, he was like, "F it, I'm out.
I'm out of here." Yeah,
this isn't cool anymore with a K or a C.
Citizens of Earth, welcome to the Accelerativ Thrust podcast. I am Dan.
And I'm Erik.
We're wanting to be millionaires, and if any of you can contribute, then you have made my day with a new gold helicopter, and you could then just feel really, really good about yourself walking around.
People, I don't like this at all. So you're trying to convince people to give you money to get a golden helicopter?
No.
While they have to walk around?
Well, no, but they would be walking around happy because, like their friends would be like, "Why are you so happy all the time?" It's like, I made Dan from the Accelerativ Thrust podcast live his dream of riding in a gold helicopter. And then they're like, "Oh, wow, that is something to be happy about, right?"
Wow. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Sure.
And if I'm not trying to get them to give me money, give is the wrong word. Okay. I'm trying to get them to donate money to me.
What's the difference?
Well, giving is they hand it to you in person, right? Uh-huh.
I guess.
And donating is, I guess there isn't much of a difference. So, yeah, okay. Anyway.
Well, if I ever ask you listeners for money, I guarantee it'll be a more altruistic result than just getting a golden helicopter.
Oh, so you'd be getting a gold tank?
No, I'd be making shirts and donating money to music.
Oh yeah, sure. Shirts of a gold helicopter. I like it. I think that already happened with all of the No Limit or Cash Money rap recording artists. They would make these shirts with like gold tanks and gold helicopters and make them say, "Oh!"
Whoa, is that a thing?
Yeah, you remember that one,
No.
Master P?
No.
Oh, Master P.
Master of Puppets? Is that what you're saying?
Master!
I don't know what these words are you're saying.
No.
Master Shake?
I am 30 or 40 years old and I do not need this.
Is that
Master of Reality?
Yeah.
No, Master P was a rapper. You seriously don't know who Master P was?
I've heard the name Master P.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah, no, he was a rapper. He was the founder of No Limit Records in the late 90s. But anyway, they had that big hit. It was like, make him say, "Oh!"
Yeah, that sounds good.
I mean, it's not my style, but they had their thing. They had their aesthetic. And
did they make you say,
well, I mean, it was kind of a requirement if that song came on, like at a skating rink or something.
Oh, shit.
Everybody was kind of
skating rink music. Okay, that makes more sense.
Well, I mean, back in the day, I'm pretty sure that they played some of this stuff at skating rinks, the ones that would play modern songs of the time.
Sure.
I mean, normally, like I remember Skateland in Muscatine, they would always play like, I will survive, things like that, or whatever, I think they even played Thriller.
Yeah. Yeah, they played a lot of stuff. I remember. I Have the Tiger was a classic.
Oh yeah. I Have the Tiger, which is a
Warrior by Scandal featuring Patti Smythe.
Yep, Patti Smythe, which that got me confused for a while because I was like, this is the Patti Smith that made horses? Yeah. Like, that I thought that at first. Like literally.
Warrior Horses.
Warrior Horses.
Sorry, I just remembered some toy line from the 80s. I can't remember what it's called. I think it was actually the toys they made for Advanced Dungeons and Dragons, but it wasn't what was actually in the cartoon. But they had this horse, and I think it was called Nightmare. It was like had skeleton bones and stuff. Man, I really want a skeleton horse.
It is a really cool design. I wonder, man, I forgot they even had like a toy line, and I wonder if they, I mean, because that's a very long forgotten cartoon. Like, I wonder if those ever show up in any thrift stores or anything.
I don't know.
You know, there's a couple of, and I'm not a fan of like figures. Like, I don't collect toys, right? Action figures, but there are a couple of action figures that I would love to have again. One of them is the Krang action figure.
Nice. Yeah.
That to me is like the best action figure of all time. Not just because it's Ninja Turtles.
Are you talking about the Ninja Turtles?
Of course I'm talking about the Ninja Turtles.
But because it literally was awesome. It was tall, and it was like you could take the brain out, which is really cool. But then the other one that I actually thought was really cool was the Skeletor.
Just the original Skeletor?
The original Skeletor. I loved that toy. And I used to have it, and it had like a thing I remember like on its chest. Maybe this wasn't the original one, but you could like roll it or something. Like,
that's the Battle Damage Skeletor? Is that
Battle
right?
Damage Skeletor. I think that's the one that I'm thinking of.
Yeah, I like that one too. I love the color of Skeletor's, I don't know, body. Because he wears a loincloth, so I don't think it's like a spandex or anything, but just that baby blue color, it's so pretty. Actually, his whole color scheme is gorgeous.
It is.
It's like baby blue awesome. And purple and chartreuse. Man, he's got it going on.
Also, the Castle Grayskull.
Yeah,
like, whole set was amazing.
Nice stuff. You know where they have some really cool castles?
Where?
Norway.
Oh, yes, of course they do in Norway. Yeah. Oh, man. They also have a surplus of great bands in Norway as well.
Yeah, for sure.
Most of them that I know of are black metal.
Yeah,
but there's a certain band today.
Yeah.
And they're not black metal.
No.
Come on, everybody, it's record time.
They're called Honningbarna. The record's called Soft Spot. Came out this year. My nephew Owen sent this to me a little while back, and I finally had time to dig into it. And Honningbarna means, translated as the honey children. It was started in 2010 in Kristiansand, Norway. This record's called Soft Spot, and it is actually their 7th album, which is crazy.
That is insane.
Because if they all have the same kind of energy as this, it's crazy. Like this, I don't even know where to start with this. It's amazing. It blew my mind. Like I said, I don't know where to start. I would say this is the description I came up with. Hardcore post-punk with aspects of noise rock, electronica, egg punk, and pop.
Yeah.
So I don't know what that means, but it's all in there for real. They sing in their local Kristiansand dialect, so I'm not able to sing along with it. I'm sure some people are, but I don't know if that really is the main point, or the most important element of this album. And so I would just look past it, get over it. I don't know. I'll just keep talking about it until you want to jump in, Dan. But yeah, sure. I would say the first song starts, and okay, let me start with this. I'm going to probably reference The Shape of Punk to Come a few times while we talk about this. But the first song kind of starts out with sort of like one of those talking moments from the Refused record. It's got a really slow kind of, I don't even know what's happening with the music, kind of an acoustic guitar thing and spoken word over it. And it kind of tests your patience a little bit. Like, not that it's annoying, just like, what is this record going to be like, you know?
And it does go on for 3.5 minutes.
Right. And the thing about it is, the second that's over, you never have to be patient again through the entire album because everything just changes so quickly, nonstop. And like after the first few songs, you sort of think, you know, kind of what's happening. It's like, okay, it's this hodgepodge of, like I said, like post-punk, and I don't know, it just keeps changing all the time. And then for me, when the fifth song comes in, it's called Festen som Aldrig Stopper. It's like beautiful pop music. And I can't specify it enough that it really is just really pretty pop music, even though it's aggressive and noisy and stuff like that. And at that moment, for me, I just gave up. And I just like trying to figure out what this all is or whatever. And I just let it kind of wash over me. I don't know. I was blown away by it. I was really blown away by it. Yeah, I don't know. What'd you think about it, Dan?
So, yeah, you and I are pretty much seeing eye to eye for the most part. Absolutely Refused Shape of Punk to Come specifically is a reference point here, I think, for sure. But I do think, like you mentioned, Eric, that it does go in a lot of different areas. So the production for me is very kind of almost like electronic, mechanical, and it's very like harsh, kind of. There's a lot of noises that go on in the background that sound much like machinery in a factory. I know that kind of, and it's pretty subtle. It's not in your face. So really, in my opinion, as far as the production goes, listening to this on headphones is where you're going to maybe pick up on this a little bit more. But that adds a slight industrial element for me.
For sure.
But I do think the root of all the songs, as you mentioned, Eric, is hardcore. So the vocalist does have a pretty high scream, not in the black metal sense, but kind of in the Youth Crew meets Snapcase kind of sense. But then, he does the spoken word thing, particularly on the first song, but he does break down and does some spoken word that really does remind me of Dennis from Refused, for sure. You know, another thing and I think this maybe adds a little bit of a new wave, or even like a somewhat of a no wave element. You mentioned egg punk.
Yeah.
The guitars, a lot of the time, not all the time, but a lot of the time, don't even really play riffs, but kind of make sounds over top of the rhythm section. So like the bass will play a melody, which is very, it very much suggests like maybe like a Fugazi or something, some sort of influence, a Gang of Four influence or something like that. But then there are times where like, so that riff will be going, like the guitar part will be kind of sounding just like, I don't know, maybe just like a cool noise. Like another thing I think of is like Steve Albini, take your pick of what band that he was in. Then it'll start following the bass, and then it just becomes this big bombastic, loud, like just sound. It just explodes. It's very, very, and you know, Refused does that a lot as well. I hate going back to the Refused, but it definitely, this record definitely reminds me of that record, like all over the place. But at the same time, it's 100% like their own sound. You know, there's not, it doesn't copy anything. It's sort of just like I don't know, just, you could just tell that they're wearing a lot of their influences on their sleeve, you know?
For sure.
And, Yeah, for me, like also there was a huge new wave element. Like there are parts where like they'll sound like Refused and At the Drive-In, or even like My Chemical Romance at times.
Sure.
Billy Talent. But then all of a sudden there's like a breakdown, or even like an intro to a song. One of the later songs, I think it's like track number 9 or 10 or something, starts off with something that is, in my opinion, straight off of a Depeche Mode or New Order record, or like The Faint or something.
For sure.
I mean, it's
The Faint. Yeah, totally.
all over the place.
Yeah, it does. It never lets up, and it's how it moves and changes. Like it never lets itself settle in almost to like any sort of groove, I guess. And that sounds like it wouldn't be good, but to me, it's really great. It's like the songs do have a tempo and everything, and that part is consistent, but what they do within it is just wild. It's like I don't even know. I would say nothing lasts more than 30 seconds, you know, without changing in a way to make it more interesting or push it further or get heavier. Like one thing I really like about this too is they just keep pushing. So like at one point it might be like, oh, this is pretty good. This has a lot of energy, like a ton of energy, and it sounds kind of heavy or whatever. And then you kind of start to realize they're going to go through about 2 or 3 more gears as we move through this that just keep pushing the envelope until it's like explosive. And it's cool. Like, you know, one thing that happens not very often to me is I'll be listening to something and I'll have a verbal reaction to what I'm listening to. I know that sounds so stupid, but like if I'm in the car or whatever, like I'll catch myself being like, you gotta be fucking kidding, you know, or just like, oh my God, you know, like reacting to the music. And this, it's nonstop. It's like, you go from like seriously being exasperated by the audacity of it all to almost like, this is going to sound weird, but like I said, that kind of poppier song, it's almost like gives you chills. It's so energetic and epic, and I'm trying to think of the right word, like so victorious. Does that make sense? Like, it has that feeling of we are winning and you are part of this, and that's crazy.
And so I'm glad you brought that aspect up, because I was kind of thinking about how to put this into words. It really literally sounds like an action movie, starting with like track 2, like there's like the good guys are winning or something. You know what I mean? It has that effect. Like this could totally be like a score for like most action movies, like especially like a futuristic one, you know, like something that's set like in a dystopian landscape or something. It's totally just like totally has that energy to it for sure.
And with that being said, it almost, I mean, the whole thing is upbeat. I don't think
it is.
I don't remember a part of the record where I was like, oh man, they're really digging into this part and like being dark, or like this can't be defeated. That's how it feels to me. Like,
for sure.
It has an armor of I don't know. It's really hard to explain when you get into like how music feels, you know. But I guess the only thing I can think of is it feels, like you said, victorious, exciting, and like we can't lose. Like that's really a cool feeling to stay consistent through an entire album.
And see, another thing that I really like about it is judging, like, so when you sent me this pick, Eric, I had no idea what to expect. Like judging from like the cover, I did not think this was going to be a hardcore band in any sense of the word. It's very unassuming. Like it's they kind of just put like a picture of a horse on the cover, and then it's just like, you know, from from that alone, I kind of thought maybe we were going to be delving into some sort of instrumental electronic ambience.
Yeah,
or
like
something.
vaporwave or
vaporwave or something like that. And they're
right.
Honestly, in the electronic sounds, I would not be surprised if they're inspired by some of that stuff.
No, I think almost every sound They Must Like made its way into this album.
I think so too.
There's no room left, and
it does make me wonder what their back catalog.
Right, I know that's my biggest burning question is I haven't been able to go back yet. But to me, this has the enthusiasm and excitement of like a debut album. You know what I mean? If that makes any sense. And so for this to be their 7th album, I can't imagine what the rest sounds like. Or maybe this is totally divergent from the rest. I don't know.
Yeah, it could be. I do know
killer.
that if you Google the band, it does show members playing like cellos and things like that.
And that's the funny thing too is the listing of the members is I'll just go through it. Edvard Wahlberg does vocals and cello. Christopher Treidel guitars, Johan Hansen Leiberg guitars, Thomas Berglund bass guitar, and Niels Nielsen on drums. So we have cello, guitar, bass, drums.
Yeah.
There is so much electronics on this.
There is. Absolutely.
And so I don't know how that works. Like if that's the producer or if that's just an element they all work on, like it's hard to know. Honningbarna, if you're listening, let us know.
Let us know.
I just can't really say enough about it. It's super inventive. It's super cool, like inherently cool. And honestly, it's endlessly enjoyable. Every second of the record, I was stoked for, and I was stoked for the next thing that was coming.
I was completely blown away. Yeah, this was a really cool record. Great pick, Eric.
Yeah, yeah. For my recommended, if you like, I think we've touched on most of it, but Refused, Daughters, At the Drive-In, Liars, Strokes, kind of when it gets to the poppy stuff. Like seriously, there's some elements of that. And in the format and the way it works, that Retros group that we covered a couple of years ago.
Oh yeah, Retros.
It reminded me of that, at least in approach, So yeah, I loved it.
Make sure you check it out. Honningbarna's Soft Spot.
Politikk kommer! Har du din egen rasjon? Tar du valg, Christian? Jeg håper det! Stordommer, løsvis, kjendis, jobbis, ikke rart det blir koko av og til. Samtidig, ta alt på en gang. Ny liv å leve, for å leve med, ikke isolert.
Hey, what else have you been listening to?
Jeez, this week, Fugazi. I've been listening to particularly the album Steady Diet of Nothing. I don't know why, but I've been coming back to that one. Melvins, which is another band that, of course, you and everybody else in the world who knows me knows that I love that band.
Yeah.
They just came out with a record. It's their 3rd record under the name Melvins 1983. So it's called Thunderball, and it's a really great record.
Nice.
And man, but there's somebody else who I'm missing, and I don't know. I may think of it as you're talking about your list.
Sure. Yeah. So originally I sent Dan my pick, and then I changed my mind because I don't know. I just thought this one, the record we reviewed would be more fun, maybe. But I've been listening to an album called The Sin of Human Frailty by a group called End, like END, like The End. It's really good. It's really, 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 really heavy. I think they might be some kind of super group from bands that I don't know. Yeah, so I've been listening to that. I've been listening to the album Spirits Rejoice by Albert Ayler. And I've been listening to the Trash Humpers original soundtrack by Harmony Korine. It's not really music. It's terrible. I don't know what to say. But I listened to it a few times. I really like it. But yeah, so honestly, I don't know how this is considered a Harmony Korine recording, because I don't think it's him singing, and I don't think it's him poorly playing the guitar. It's like, I can't explain it. If you want to give it a listen, give it a listen. Don't blame me if you hate it, because you will hate it. There's no way around it. Even if it wasn't offensive just in how bad the music is, it is offensive in the sounds and the things that he's saying or they're saying or whoever's recording this. It's so confusing. But yeah, if you're a big fan of Harmony Korine and all the weird stuff, there's one song called Kitchen Strangulation. And it's like this repeating electric guitar part that really is annoying and not played very well, over samples of the scene in Gummo where they're beating the chair up in the kitchen, and some guy's choking another guy out. You remember that part? They're wrestling. I do. So that's like samples that come into the song are from. It's nonsense. I don't know what to say. If you have a band or like a band or want us to review something or think that you're doing something cool or someone else is and wants to be interviewed, I don't know, we can go all kinds of directions on this thing. Give us some ideas. Yeah, reach out to us at Accelerativ Thrust, accelerativ.thrust at gmail.com. What else? Instagram.
Or the good old Instagram.
Yeah, you can message us on there. Let's let the people off the hook.
Yeah, let's
let them get on with their day.
You're free to go. Let's free the hostages. That's what my Uncle Frank always says at any holiday dinner when my aunt, because she's a talker, and she'll start talking, and then my Uncle Frank is like, Diane, it's time to free the hostages.
Yeah, I agree. Let's do it.
Let's free the hostages.
Bye.
Bye. Oh, so you'd be getting a gold tank?
No.